If you're talking about, like, I don't mean table talk humor, I mean actually funny things happening, is that humor makes things real. The Wandering Jew. Cursed to, yeah, go look up The Wandering Jew. Basically, like, yeah, somebody made immortal. Cursed to be immortal. The great thing about humor is it is what makes something it's what takes drama and makes it relatable and real. If the movie The Thing by John Carpenter didn't have any jokes in it, it didn't have any, not jokes, it doesn't have jokes in it, but if the Thing by John Carpenter didn't have moments of real humor that make you just piss yourself laughing, it would not be as scary because it wouldn't seem as real. It wouldn't seem as real. So that's the purpose of humor. I often have NPCs in my world that are funny. I often have NPCs in my world that are light comic characters. And that's not because the campaign is a comedy. It's because that makes it more real. Because real people have gallows humor, for instance. Priest is my new favorite book. Wow. That makes me happy. Got to finish that third book. You said the same thing twice, and you paid $20 for it each time. Thank you for the support. Any update on the next book? No, I'm getting slowly back into the mode of actually writing it, so it's going to happen. Paul, thank you. So, like, for instance, you go watch Pink Floyd's The Wall. They made a movie out of it, and you watch it with the commentary on, and it's really interesting. And Roger Waters, who has a great sense of humor, he's rarely interviewed in such a way that he gets to express that. But you go watch The Wall by Roger Waters, and he says, my big criticism of this movie is it's so dour. It's so unrelentingly dour. You need humor, and he's completely right. He understands storytelling a lot better. You need humor to make it seem relatable and real. So... I know it's far off, but what comes after Kingdoms and Warfare? Well, there'll be products before now and then. We're working on the Player's Guide to Capital right now. I don't think it's going to be called the Player's Guide to Capital. Hello, Anna's cat. The Player's Guide to Capital is, hang on a minute. Let's fire up. Now, I don't know. It's funny that people are complaining about the lack of music. So we are going to put on the State Azure playlist because it's like the perfect fucking music for all this stuff. I worked at State Azure stuff. So now I got to make sure that you folks can hear it, which I believe is just this. That's probably too loud. Tough to say. The Time Rider is running, by the way, but it's not good background music for me. Zanhorn, welcome aboard. So yeah, are my players working on the Capital book? Nope. No, we have writers. We have freelance writers. We have 4 freelance writers. Will Anna say awesome? Probably not. She'll probably be unhappy. If I do it right, she'll be unhappy. She'll be like, no, Exile, stop. In fact, I love Kate Bush. Kate Bush, I used to have a huge, giant Kate Bush poster over my bed. And I remember dating a girl, and she came over to my house, and she saw it, and she went, uh-huh. And I was like, what? And I was so naive, I did not parse what she was saying. So there, purely because I was a fan of her work. And Kate Bush, here's my thing on Kate Bush. I honestly think that being a fan of Kate Bush is this process of, whether you realize it or not, you are making an agreement with her, and the agreement is that you will make art. She is such a profoundly iconic and original and uncompromising artist that you listen to her stuff, and you can listen to Kate Bush and like her stuff, but once you become a fan of her, you start to realize, oh my God, I've basically signed up to be an artist. Her music doesn't allow you to just be like, oh, I'm glad somebody made this. It's like, aren't you complicit? Don't you have something to do? Don't you have something to do? Yes, I do. What are my favorite Terry Pratchett books? I would say definitely the Tiffany Aching books. I think the Tiffany Aching books transcend a lot of the stuff that he did. They're so good. They're so good. That being said, I also like the Moist von Lipwig books. Really like the Truth. And I missed that cast, but I think he had problems with the Truth. He had problems with his main character in the Truth, and he basically redid the whole thing with Moist von Lipwig. He's like, this guy I like. So the Truth is sort of a Moist book, just with a different cast. Can I talk about the Illrigger updates? Oh my goodness, there's a lot of them. I sort of feel like I can't. Just because it would take so